It hasn't even been 18 days.
It has been. Today's day 18.
Is it really?
Yeah. So
serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just want to capture how you have felt over the past while, and if you gave up hope, or if you still had an ounce of hope, or if you basically wrote KaraLee off and pretty much were ready for the call that she was going to be dead, or how you really felt. Okay.
So we have KaraLee, and this is Mom. What's
Beverly.
Mom?
Beverly.
Thank you, Beverly. We have a beautiful story to tell here, because Beverly has been on the sidelines of her daughter's drug addiction, and we get the pleasure of seeing Beverly and her daughter hang out today. And Beverly, so it's just beautiful to see the look on your face just looking at your daughter. So Beverly, what's been happening for you?
Wow, it's been a whirlwind of many years. Ups, downs, hopes. What's opposite to hope?
Despair.
Yeah, it's been tough to watch someone that you really love destroying their life. We have gone through many years of this. It started much earlier than I thought.
Wow. How early do you think it started?
Probably when KaraLee was 8, 9, I'm thinking.
Amazing.
And at that time of my life, I wasn't in the best spot, recovering from a car accident. So unfortunately, my head wasn't on my shoulders like it should be to have 2 young kids under my care. So unfortunately, KaraLee found her way down the wrong path with people that she thought were her friends. They were at that time. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, things got bad quickly. It's hard to say. I could go not day by day, but just to sum everything up, I guess, pretty well. It's really tough watching your daughter. I used to love it when she came over, but then she'd walk through the door and my heart would just drop to my feet.
Wow.
And I'd say, oh, honey, please. But I tried making the best of it. It was really tough. But at least she was in my home. She was in my arms.
Yeah.
So it was something that I was happy for. She would come over for visits at our house periodically. She'd come in a mess. We would get food down her, hoping to straighten her up a little bit. And then she would leave driving. She left so many times driving. My heart was just, it fell apart. I was so scared of what might happen to her, mm-hmm. or what might happen to someone else. You know, you always hear that saying, oh yeah, the drunk person lived, but the 4 innocent people were killed.
Yeah.
That sort of thing was always here.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
I bet.
But then it's your daughter. How can
it's your baby.
Yeah.
So you don't give up hope, but you are living in despair.
Absolutely.
Now, you've seen her go through quite a few rehabs.
Yeah. Many, many rehabs. Each time,
yeah.
She can do it. She can do it. I know she can. And then it would down the way. But you can't quit hoping.
No.
You know, there was always, okay, this time she can do it. She would sound so sincere.
Because she meant it. She really did.
Yeah.
Every single time. That was her goal.
Yes, it was.
And I don't think it had much to do with her as a person, but the drugs.
Oh, absolutely.
And how they affected her, and that was it. Right?
I got to share something.
Because I hate to see someone take personal responsibility for the choices they made when it was drugs that were influencing you. So,
you know, my mother-in-law, Elsie Kazolius, said to me one day, because we talked quite a bit, and she said to me one day, as we're talking about KaraLee, She says, Bev, you got to remember, you're not talking to KaraLee anymore. You're talking to an addict.
Yeah.
That really, really, really helped me kind of get my thoughts going, I think, kind of in the right direction. Because quite often I would think about that. Because I would be so angry with KaraLee after she'd come over and be a mess. Thinking, why couldn't you just stay straight just for this visit?
So hard being on that side of the story, hey?
Yeah. But I kept bringing into my mind, excuse me, that I wasn't dealing with KaraLee anymore.
Yeah.
And that gave me, I believe, strength and power to deal with her.
Interesting.
That it wasn't my daughter right now. And I am so glad to see her coming back.
So compared to what? How many?
18
days ago to
Yeah.
today, what would you say?
A huge difference. Her eyes are open. She sees me.
Beautiful. I know why she sees you. Like seriously, she's not looking at you through the glaze of something else.
Totally.
She's
Absolutely.
seeing you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Beautiful. That's neat.
Yeah, it's this whole journey has really puzzled me. Not puzzled, that's probably the wrong word. I can't believe how well it's gone. I haven't been here to see, but that she's still here is remarkable. I expected to have a phone call probably at least 10 days ago saying, Mom, come pick me up. No, she couldn't have phoned. She had no phone. That would have come from Carmen. Come pick her up.
Yeah, I'm pulling out all my hair. Get her out of here. No.
It's,
Beautiful.
for what Carmen and KaraLee have gone through, it just warms my heart to see what's going on right now. The strength that they're both showing to overcome. This hasn't just destroy isn't the right word, but that idea, there's been a lot of destruction within the family.
Which leads to choices that we make, right?
Yes, it does. And the choice that's been made 18 days ago is just incredible.
That strength and fortitude is
It's
amazing.
It's
And
amazing.
how would you compare that to the other times that she's gone through rehab?
From what I'm seeing and hearing, or I should say hearing at this point, the natural way has gone 110% better. KaraLee has in the past gone in anaphylactic shock. Yeah, she has been taken to the hospital a couple times.
From detox.
Right.
From a medical care practitioner care, they've had to hospitalize her coming off of the drugs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's been a couple really nasty ones when she was put on in BC, not spot. Thank you, honey. Methadone.
She knows all her drugs. I still haven't figured them out yet.
Her doctor OD'd her.
Of course.
You know, so I mean, there's been such horrifying things happen that when she wanted to go to detox after that, I was scared. I said, KaraLee, look what happened last time.
Nice.
But yeah, so there's been many, many, many ups and downs. And each rehab she went, the D word. Detox. That she went to, it seemed to get worse and worse and worse. And after the last couple times, I thought the only thing that could get worse is death.
Yep.
Like she went through pure hell.
Yep.
I have to share a day with you. This was back in December of, what are we now, 21, what was it, 19, 20, 21, when Uncle David passed. 19-ish.
19, October of 19. November of 19.
Actually, no, it was December.
Okay, so I was going to Australia and that, so
Yes.
it was 19.
Okay. There was a knock on the door. I just got out of the shower. So I had my hair towel on and my house coat. I actually thought it was a girlfriend coming over. Opened the door to 2 policemen. My face just dropped. I looked at them and I said, "Who is it? KaraLee or David?"
Mm.
It's not a good thing, but thank God it wasn't KaraLee. That moment I will never, ever, ever forget. It was such a horrifying moment.
Cannot.
I knew it had to be both one of them.
I needed to know.
I knew it was one of them. Yeah, so
KaraLee, what are you feeling right now?
I just feel really bad
Why?
for making my mom feel that way.
Do you know that it wasn't you that made her feel that way? You were under an influence. It wasn't you.
do you remember what Baba said to me, honey? You're not dealing with KaraLee. You're dealing with an addict. They're 2 different people.
So maybe you feel bad too that your mom felt that way. Oh.
Sorry. I love you too.
You're back. You're here. That's all that counts for me.
So, what did you think when you heard that KaraLee was coming to Big Sister Carmen's house?
I thought, what?
Really?
Like, there's no way. Because, I mean, these 2 don't always get along, or they haven't for some time. And I
We
thought,
weren't even talking.
Sisterly love? Yeah.
okay, if you want to call it that.
Tough love.
Yeah, I was in shock.
Wow.
And I said to my partner, I said, "Okay, how long do you think it's going to be before we get a phone call?" He said, 3 days. I said, "Oh, let's give it 4." No, I was in total shock.
So they surprised you. Both of them surprised you.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
You know, and that they're both in the same house. After
Talking.
this length of time, it shocks me.
Both alive.
Yeah. But you know what?
Haven't
That
even gotten in one fight.
No?
Really?
Or
No.
one argument.
Really?
I've really enjoyed having KaraLee
Wow.
here.
Cool.
It's been a pleasure having her here.
Nice.
and just to hear that is like a wow.
Even going through what she had to go through and process and everything, it was still a pleasure. Like that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
All I can say is maybe it really is that easy as following your own DNA.
Hmm. I should
Maybe
put you on camera.
Maybe it really is that easy. Maybe all the times that she was trying before, she wasn't getting the right nutrients to her brain. Her body was lacking very important macronutrients, micronutrients, and we nailed all those. And it was easy to nail them because all I had to do was read her DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
She
really,
just needs sustenance, right?
we haven't done a whole bunch like the big doctors do in all the big hospitals and all the big programs.
Nice.
All we've done is listened to what KaraLee's body needs.
Now, KaraLee, I have a question for you. What made you trust that your sister could do this for you?
Because I know that that's what she does.
Ah, awesome. And so you made that, because it's a huge step, you made that bold step to come into her home and trust that she could change things for you.
Yeah, because what I was doing wasn't working.
There you go.
I was scared though, like hearing all the times that she had to go into the hospital and died in the hospital 4 times under care in the hospital. I was afraid. I slept beside her and watched her sleep for the first probably 5 nights because I was scared she might die in my care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's heavy.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in what I do with DNA. But this is the first time that I've really put it to like a real critical use.
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's all I have to say.
And KaraLee doesn't, like, her coming off of just, say, Percocet alone, never mind hydromorphine, heroin, fentanyl, and 20 different prescription drugs. Usually people are actually crazy when they come off that kind of stuff. They are very, very bitchy. Like, so irritated that they can't even stand themselves. So the fact that she's so calm, and it's like she's just surfing the urge here, man. Like, she's surfing it and doing good.
Personally, I thought, when I came over and I met you for the first time, I was going to just see that. The raging, oh my God, and you're just this tiny little thing in the bed. Hi, little smile.
Yeah.
Having her vitamins and drinking her shake. And it's like, oh, this is nothing that I expected. It was...
KaraLee, how has your experience really been here compared to being in the hospital and trying to go through the other detoxes?
Like, in the hospital, like, I just wake up and they come and give me shots. I press my button and they come and give me shots to knock me back out for, like, till I wake up again. And that's what it is for, like, 12 days. And a liquid diet and the complete opposite of what I'm doing.
Sorry, your sister came in and she was pushing your buttons.
So what do you think, why did you come here, ultimately? What was the text message, or what was, like, who put it in your mind? Like, why did you actually come?
Because you asked me to.
Okay.
And I was so surprised. So I thought maybe it was worse than I thought.
Wow.
It's odd that you would even think about it.
Well, because I've asked you lots of times before to come.
Yeah.
So this time I'm wondering what triggered you differently just to come, because that's probably the hardest point of this whole situation right now, is just getting her to come.
But there's again, like, from my point of view, having done this 40 times now, you just, there's something I bet that just triggered one day and you're like, okay, this is it, boom,
Yeah.
I'm going to this now.
Trying something different.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And trusting you.
Yeah, just KaraLee being maybe tired of that lifestyle.
Yeah, a little
And
bit
just-
of KaraLee is coming out going, hello.
Totally. And not liking the control the drugs had over her,
Right.
Yeah.
which was huge. I mean, they controlled her every waking moment.
Right.
So maybe she herself just decided, I don't know, I don't want to speak for you, that she didn't like that lifestyle anymore.
Yeah, it's getting old.
I think, have you wanted out of it for a bit and
Yeah.
just couldn't get out? Yeah.
So even though you're on drugs, there's still a part of you that goes, this isn't right. Huh. Neat.
Yeah, but it's just, like, it's harder living that way, but it just seemed easier at the time.
That's what you know. We always
Yeah.
do what we know. Even if it's incredibly uncomfortable, we still do what we know. We will be uncomfortable. We'll be comfortable in our uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And changing now, I'm going to guess you're a little bit uncomfortable.
No, it's not that bad.
'Cause, I mean, like, nothing is what you're used to. You actually get to forge new
Like,
paths right now, and it's a little, maybe it's uncomfortable, maybe I'm wrong.
it's a lot easier having the support I have right now.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Brilliant support.
Before, like, getting in the hospital, I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah. Okay, go. See ya.
Yeah. And now it's like, well, it's not like that. I don't
Drink
have
your
to-
juice, take
Yeah.
your vitamins.
Yeah, we have special tea. Normally, I thought we would have to be using some anxiety drugs for her to calm her down a bit. And at the beginning, she was asking for Valium. And I think she didn't even believe that a natural pill could work like
Right.
Valium. And so I put 2 Valiums on her bedside and I said, here's your 2 Valium, but can you try this natural one that I have first? And if it doesn't work, you can take the Valium. And I came upstairs and the 2 Valium were sitting on the counter still. And she said, she was laughing at it. She's like, it worked.
What was it?
It was a simple Calm Pro, L-theanine, chewable. Actually, I have the bottle right here.
Little plug for these guys. Call me Bioclinic Naturals. Nice. Can I have one, please?
Yeah, and so not harmful. And it was so empowering to see KaraLee's mind switch, because that instant moment I knew that she understood that she didn't need that drug anymore.
Brilliant.
Like, I mean, that step in itself was absolutely huge. Like, to hear that, I'm going, as I'm listening to you,
But I don't
because
want to.
normally KaraLee would take the Valium first without even thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I would
honey.
say genetically speaking too, what the Valium would do in her system as compared to that product down there.
Huge side effects to turning down other genetic function areas, causing many side effects. And a lot of people don't understand when we say side effects, they know they're side effects, but they don't really know the underlying meaning of that.
Right.
The underlying meaning of side effects is taking something that is going to help you, hurt you, do nothing for you. So in this case, it's hurting you, causing side effects, which is turning down your genetic function to all sorts of other problems. And that's why it's so important to understand somebody's DNA before doing food, before doing exercise, before doing prescription drugs,
Before doing life.
before doing vitamins. So that is key. And that's, everybody says side effects. Okay, let's go ask 10 people what that really means to them, because they don't understand that that's genetically impairing them in most cases.
Brilliant. Ladies, thank you for letting me be a part of this
You're welcome.
beautiful journey.